Okay, we are learning how to factorize the quadratic equation when a is not equal to 1. Okay, when you have in your quadratic when a is not equal to 1. Okay, remember the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, hope you did how to factorize when a is equal to 1. Okay, maybe to remind you, for example, you have x squared plus 2x minus 35. Now you have b is equal to 2 and you have ac is equal to negative 35. You think of two values when added is equal to 2, but when multiplied is equal to negative 35, which we have 5. Okay, we have negative 5 and positive 7. So as long as my factors are negative 5 and 7, my two numbers, then I just have to write it directly to be x minus 5, then x plus 7. So this is how we factorize when a is equal to 1. So our focus is not on a is equal to 1. Our focus is on when a is not equal to 1. Okay, I will start with example number 1. Okay, when we have 4x squared plus 4x, then plus 1. The same process, we have to know b, which is 4. We have to know ac, which is also 4. We think of two numbers when added is equal to 4, but when multiplied is equal to 4. So those two numbers is 2 and 2. So what I do, I don't use directly the 2 as the way I did here, negative 5 and 7, to write the factors direct. I use the 2 to define the middle term. Okay, 2 and 2 define the middle term. So it will be 4x squared plus 2x plus 2x then plus 1. Okay, for this I did not change the question because when you take 2x plus 2x you got 4x. Then after that I factorize by pairing them. So here the factor is 2x. So I remain with 2x then plus 1. Here no factors, so I just take plus 1 out. So it will be 2x plus 1. Okay, so now to know I got it right, the values inside the bracket must be the same. Now factors to be 2x plus 1, so this and this, then I took 1 2x plus 1 because they are the same. Now as long as the factors repeat to be 2x plus 1 square, so this already I factorize. Even if you leave in this form, it's correct. Okay, now let's do example 2. Now example 2, when you're given 6x squared plus x minus 1. So b here is equal to 1, ac is equal to negative 6. We think of two numbers when added is equal to 1, but when multiplied is equal to negative 6. So we have negative 2 and 3. Okay, because when you add you get positive 1, when you multiply you get negative 6. Then I use the two numbers to define the middle term. Don't use direct when a is not equal to 1. So it will be 6x squared. So here I write the two numbers minus 2x plus 3x minus 1, because if I take negative 2x plus 3x I will be getting x. Then after that I factorize them in pairs. So here the factor is 2x. So I remain with 3x minus 1. Here I just take one factor out. So remain with 3x minus 1. So now you can see these numbers inside are the same. So I know that I got it right. So it is 2x plus 1, then 3x minus 1. So to know you got it right, make sure the numbers inside the bracket are the same. After you pair them, then you factorize the first, you factorize the second pair. So make sure the values inside the bracket are the same. If they're different, means you're wrong. After making sure they're the same, then you take 2x plus 1, then 3x minus 1. Because the same, we just take 1. So the answer is 2x plus 1, 3x minus 1.